Good morning, church. Good morning, Northside, our family. Love you guys very much. I'm going to read you a series of verses this morning, and it reminds me of an old comedy bit years ago on Comedy Central, maybe did it, but it was Bob Newhart played a psychiatrist, and a lady comes in, and all he keeps telling her when she talks about her problems is just stop it. And he eventually begins to shout, "Stop it!" at her. Those of us that do a lot of counseling, sometimes we feel that way, and I'm sure the Lord feels that way toward us. In fact, I want you to listen to the scriptures today that basically say, just stop sinning and just knock it off. 1 John 3, verse 4, everyone who makes a practice of sinning also practices lawlessness. Sin is lawlessness. James 4, so whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. 1 Corinthians 10:13, no temptation is overtaking you that is common to man. God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond your ability, but will with the temptation, he will provide the way of escape that you may be able to endure it. You can get through it without sinning. There is a way of escape. You can endure temptation. 1 John 3, no one who abides in him keeps on sinning. No one who keeps on sinning has either seen him or knows him. And then John 5, Jesus says, afterwards Jesus found him in the temple and said, see, you are well, sin no more, that nothing worse happens to you. And then we know in John 8, Jesus tells the adulterous woman that was thrown at his feet in the temple, who was about to be stoned, she was deserving death, literally sentenced to death and on the way to death row to be stoned to death, when they put her in front of Jesus, and Jesus set her free. He made her captives guilty, made her free by quoting scripture, because he's going to pay for all her sins. So he says, as long as you're not guilty of this sin, you can stone her, and though he is innocent, he is willing to pay for her sins so she can go free. And he asked her, where are those who would accuse you? No one, Lord, is her reply. And so then he says, neither do I. Go and sin no more. It's Jesus' way of saying, just stop it. Stop living in sin. Let this encounter with me change your life forever, that you now live for righteousness and you live for Christ. And I want to just encourage all you followers of Christ, don't let habitual sins and things that have continually overwhelmed you still continue to battle you. Push back against them. Memorize scripture, get accountability, ask for help, pray, and get yourselves in a position that you can battle against sin. Build up your spiritual armor, take on the enemy, and just fight against it. There's a way of escape. You don't have to keep on sinning. And as followers of Christ, we are called to a life of righteousness and holiness. So I want to encourage you in that. Be blessed, and we'll see you back soon.